It's Madden NFL 24. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Falcons and the Commanders, and it's all up next.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Washington Commanders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about this Commanders team coming into play here today. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Falcons, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This fielded right at the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
And you know how scouts always talk about checking all the boxes? I think this young man does exactly that when you're looking for an NFL quarterback. Proven leader. Teams went 43-6 while he was in college. Has speed, dual threat ability, and the production off the charts while he was in school, and also did a nice job of limiting turnovers. When you put it all together, there's a lot to be excited about for this young quarterback.
On play action, here's Ridder. On the move to his left. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish it as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper. Second down at 6 now from the 42. Robinson up the middle. And 3 yards there, takes him to the 45. But you look at this defense. They come into this one ranked number 5 in the NFL against the run.
Numbers don't tell you everything, but they do paint a pretty good picture. We're talking about 2 top 5 units going at each other. One in running the ball, one in stopping the run. I think this is going to be a whole lot of fun myself.
A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. What we just saw, we saw a lot of last week. He had 5 tackles for loss a week ago and 1 here in the first quarter now.
And I think a lot of that comes from not just his athletic ability and his intelligence and understanding how he's being blocked and how to get to the ball carriers, but also comes from scheme as well. When you've got a guy that hot, playing that well, your defense coordinator is looking for ways to create mismatches and get him to the football.
So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
Sam Hubbard. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Here's Fields. Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. 4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Now an option play on second down. Ridder has it knocked out.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Ridder to throw it. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. How about a 39-yard pickup? They'll take it.
You ask tight ends about their favorite routes to run, and surprisingly, this will pop up as one of their staples because they run so many routes in the middle of the field. How about this one? Starts downfield, bends it to the corner, great touch on the football, and they turn that one into a big play.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Here's Ridder. And he's got his big tight end here. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be second and a couple.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2.
Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. Running right through it. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a first and goal. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
Now from the 7, here's second and goal. In motion left goes a tight end. Going play action. Ridder. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. And now the red flag out on the field. We'll have a challenge forthcoming. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So an early challenge, and you know that those coaches hate to use those red flags too early, but this one turns out to be successful. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Taken at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together.
Yeah, they're certainly going the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like they have things pointing in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight. And that means this game is vital. Extremely important, because if they fall 2 games below 500, the road back into playoff contention, awfully difficult.
From the 28, it's second and 5. Now Fields. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the first down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. You talk about this Falcon defense. Against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
You know, when actors get ready for a scene, they often ask the question, what's my motivation? Well, what's the motivation of this group? What's their mindset? What's the problem that they have? Will they create an identity that allows them to get better?
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Now it's Fields. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 43. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on third.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 43. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Out left to Dotson. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Here's a 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 18-yard line.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw at all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
Badgley's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in this 2nd quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hold. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Atlanta prepped and ready for its next possession. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. There he goes, left side. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 35 yards the gain there. Another first down as well. Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the strain, the next 2 to 3 seconds to continue to move people.
Back to Robinson now on first down. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen. From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 9. Robinson with another carry. Had a nice move, but can't break away. Down just inside the 30. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Looking to throw it here, Ridder. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 13-yard line. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards. Ridder looking to throw on 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Option left, and Ridder keeps it. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Desmond Ridder with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Falcons are able to extend their lead. So they're down in the red zone. They opt to utilize his legs instead of the arm. It works out pretty well.
I like what they were thinking there, because in most situations now, defense is accounting for all the other runners on the field and, of course, for pass plays. But the quarterback position, oftentimes it is unaccounted for. Offense coordinator felt it, dialed it right up.
Inside the red zone, is this something teams should maybe, depending on the quarterback, do more often?
Definitely. If you've got a quarterback who can actually move it with his legs, that's an extra option and an extra weapon for you. I think they should utilize it more often.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. Now a hit and a loose football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And good field position coming up here. The football at the 12-yard line. So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's second down. They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw. Throw it out towards the sidelines. If you overshoot your guy, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
And it's caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Laviska Shenault, his first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons add 6 to their lead.
The defense is doing their best, but they're struggling right now. They'll look for some help from their own offense to keep them in the game.
Coup now for the point after. And it's 21-3. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was the touchdown catch from Laviska Shenault that capped it all off. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. From the gun, here's Fields. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
3rd and long. It's Fields. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And way out past the 35 before he's taken down. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Now run straight ahead with Warren. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. 2nd down and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 39-yard line.
Play action. It's Fields. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a 1st down. A handoff for Warren. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
43-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Fields. And that is incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down. Riley Dixon now to punt it away. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Bijan Robinson leading the offense out for another drive. And we checked the rushing numbers so far here into week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
Ridder on 1st and 10. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
2nd down and a run by Robinson. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. 3rd and 9 here. Ridder now. Sets up the screen to Robinson. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And here we go on the next drive for Washington. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game,
and a loose football, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. CD, and now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose, and is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. A shotgun snap, Fields. That is caught, and he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Again, Fields. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
Well, I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Back to the air, Fields on 2nd down. Looking for Dotson, and he's got him. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 35. Give them 18 on the play.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. Back to throw. Fields. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. The Commanders going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Commanders are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Until that late score here in the second quarter, they'd only had the field goal, so that's just big to see that football get into the end zone.
Yeah, and when you look at the scoreboard now, nothing seems out of reach. They've been outplayed in the first half, but when the clock hits zeros as they head into the half, you know what I do as the head coach?
What?
I tell my team to sprint to the locker room to show that we've got the momentum and show that we're right back in this game.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And with only 9 seconds remaining, and not much time, we'll see how they play this. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. Here's Koo to kick it off. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the third quarter. And Charles, some things to like about that first half, ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for a possible comeback, because I thought a lot of their best reps in the first half came through the passing game. They were hitting the open receivers, taking whatever the coverage gave them and making it work well for themselves. Now, they just want to pick up the pace of scoring a little bit. So I expect them to come out and continue to throw the ball effectively.
Fields. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the option right is Fields. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Well, that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
And McLaurin going to pick up a Commander's 1st down as he'll get this across the 50 to the 49. On the give, it's Warren. There's a nice move. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington 1st down. And I tell you what, partner, I think this guy's going to like running behind his new offensive line.
I agree with you, and you can never have enough good runners. They usually provide a nice little spark with their new team.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down. Here's Fields. Escaping the pressure right. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 in the 1st. Now a run with Warren. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 20-yard line.
Gets this out quickly to Dotson. A gain of 8 there on the play. And now it's 3rd and 3. To throw is Fields. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Commanders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Here's Warren. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal at the Falcons.
Fields now to throw. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Well, this has certainly turned into a showcase game for what he can do on the ground because they're just continuing to give him chances to run it, and he's earning every additional carry by putting up positive yardage on each run.
Fields going to hold on to it, and he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Justin Fields with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Commanders have got it back to within a score. And maybe that was just a case of completely overlooking the guy holding the football.
It certainly felt like it, didn't it? Because on my checklist, okay, as a defender,
QB's last.
running back, fullback, heck, jet sweeps nowadays. Before you even get to thinking about the quarterback might actually keep it.
Well, I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. They are trying to snap that 3-game losing streak on top so far with the football here, 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Robinson here. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Ridder with it after the play fake. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this 3rd quarter. Ridder throwing on 3rd down. Under pressure, they got him again. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Here's Bradley Pinion now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. They'll start with the option. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down. Fields going to keep it once more. And oh, it coughed it up. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
From the 46, here's the 2nd and 5.
At the 46-yard line.
Now it's Fields. Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 36. On the run, it's Warren. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at FedEx Field. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. On 2nd down, here's Fields. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 22-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Now a first down throw, Fields. And he's got it. Touchdown, Washington. Mike Gesicki, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Commanders have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Well, quite the comeback here. They have erased that deficit, pushed themselves out in front now here in this 4th quarter.
But this game's kind of felt like a horse race, hasn't it, partner? Because, yeah, the other guys run out to their big lead, but then slowly and surely, they've been creeping up and closing that gap. Now they've stuck ahead in front here late in the game. The finish line's not far away. They need their defense to finish this thing off.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. So out come the Falcons now. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the 2nd half. They'll need to change that here. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And the big boys up front. They're going to stop him right at the line. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. They'll run again here with Robinson. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. What a throw right there for the first down. He has taken some real punishment in this game, but still standing in the pocket completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush and delivering there for that big strike and that big pickup?
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play. Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Ridder's throw taken in by Bourne. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 12-yard line.
A give to Robinson on the option. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sets his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
And they're going option play on 3rd down. And the Falcons are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
That'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. The tight end in motion right. Going play action. Ridder. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
They'll try to run with Robinson. Fights him off. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A good job there defensively to stop him for a gain of just 4, and that'll bring up 4th and goal.
I know this is your spot, partner, so forgive me for jumping in, but there's no decision right here. They have to go for it in this situation. They're down on the scoreboard. How many other opportunities are you going to get?
Yeah, I'm with you. 4th quarter, like you said, down on the scoreboard. And remember here, a field goal virtually does them no good. Koo knocks this one through the post, and that'll bring him back within a point. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Here comes the Commanders' offense back onto the field. They've been rolling the last couple of drives, each inning in touchdowns. So this game is flipped. They were down. Now they're up with the football. We'll see how they handle it.
Can we get a spot on the headset now between the head coach and offensive coordinator? Because they've been in attack mode. How do you get back into the game? Now they have the lead. Do you stay on the attack, or do you dial it back a little bit to try to protect this lead?
My cop-out answer would be somewhere in the middle. I think it's going to be a fine line, is it not?
I think you're exactly right, but I do think if they can stay aggressive and keep them on their heels, they'll be best served that way.
This to McLaurin out on the left side. Second down and 3. Here's Fields. Complete. It's Dodson. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down. Now Fields. Being chased out left. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Well, we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. Well, hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Running left, it's Warren. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Oh, no, he lost the football. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumble. Oh, no, he lost the football. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity missed.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Badgley able to punch this one through. And that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now, because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. So now Ridder and the Falcons down 28-24, a minute 6 to play. A 4th straight defeat looming on the horizon, barring a comeback here as they've got it with a first down.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to...
He's got a man, complete. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. That's going to be caught. It's Chenault. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A final shot now for Ridder. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. This one came right down to the wire. And CD, they had that one final chance to try to navigate their way into the end zone, but couldn't get it done to avoid the loss.
Yeah, and how about the defense there? Because while they had one final look at the end zone, the defense made sure they knew what they were doing on the last play, executed it flawlessly, and no flags. Because remember, if there's a defensive penalty, there's one play left in the game that the offense gets. They didn't allow that to happen.
So for the Commanders, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they suffer their 4th loss so far. And they'll be on the road next week as they travel to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.